And we're back. What's up, everybody? Benja Welldone coming at you. So here's the thing. How do you deal with obsessions? Like when you're obsessed with something. Coming at you straight up, aggressively, because this is the reality of the situation. This is what you do. You don't do shit about it. If you're fucking obsessed about something, it's too late for you, okay? I don't mean addicted, I mean obsessed. Okay? Obsessions can be a really healthy thing. If you're obsessed with working out and you want to be fucking healthy, remember, those top 1%ers of the 1%, those Michael Jordan, those LeBrons, first person on the court, last person off. They're obsessed with it. That's what makes them so good. So you know what? You can actually use that connotation of it being something bad to be something positive. Okay? Me, for example, I did stand-up comedy the other night, and I'm obsessed with it, for real. Like, I want everything. A couple weeks ago, I did a set, and it wasn't perfect. And I went to bed a little bit, actually very, very restless. I got up at like midnight, 2, 4, 6, almost every like 2 hours on the minute, because I obsess about it, because I care about it so much, okay? And, just to give a perfect example, okay, just a couple days ago when I was doing stand-up, I did not do everything perfect. And I care about it so much, I want it to be perfect. So what do? I get home, I start, the second that I'm done, I can't stop thinking about it. And the only way you can deal with that obsession is by going back to that event or avenue or sport or whatever and do it again up to your standard. But to have the best standard, you never have a standard of a bar, because you're always raising that bar, okay? So what happened to me was I tried to, I did stand up like the next night at this other place, and for whatever reason, the guy, he was showing up late or something, maybe got canceled, didn't have a cell phone number, so I brought the cooking staff of this restaurant that I was at, and I brought him out, and I did like 5 minutes. I did like 5 minutes of stand-up to a random group of people. And that temporarily alleviated my obsession of needing to do something perfect. Okay? Needing to do something that meant something to me so much that I was obsessing about. Because I went back home and I did every single thing leading up to that next night of doing stand-up so I would kill it. And I did. I had this lady almost literally like fall over, and she ran in the back of the kitchen and she was like, "Go ahead, you need to stop this. You need to stop this. Ain't no stand-up comedy right now. Maybe later." That's just what she talked like. Yeah, that's my my version of somebody with a Middle Eastern accent. Don't think that she was black. That's racist. I know that's what you were thinking. Actually, she was black. I'm joking with you. But she was awesome. She was super cool. And that's just what she talked like. So deal with it, all right? But what I'm saying is that if it's something that you care about, and if it's something you're obsessed about, it doesn't have to be a bad thing. If you're addicted to fucking cheeseburgers, yeah, that's a bad thing. There's a fine line between being addicted to something and obsessed with something. You know, I said this before in a prior video that there's this jiu-jitsu and UFC fighter, BJ Penn, right? He got his black belt in like 2 years. It's pretty much impossible. He won the worlds and everything. Pretty sure it was the worlds. And Brazilian jiu-jitsu. 2 years from nothing to the world's best. You know why? He was obsessed with it. That's how he said. He said he was obsessed with it. That's how I am with comedy. And you might be that way with something else. But remember, if other people don't see your obsession or don't share it with you, fuck them. I don't mean like get rid of them, but what I'm saying is you really got to focus on this thing, because every single day you will get up and you will feel a little uneasy. Every single night before you go to bed, you know, there is no alleviating that, because that's who you are. That's who you are, okay? And that's who I am. So, I mean, for me, I can actually work on the entire creative process, and I love every single part of it. Okay, when I'm doing my day job, I'm thinking about jokes or stories. I don't really tell jokes. I do more like funny stories and stuff. Jokes meaning like one-liners, but think. Anyway, I love the writing part, collaborating with my boy Eric. I'm always talking to him on the phone. Another guy friend of mine, Josh, awesome people. And I love all of it. But the biggest reward I got from that night a couple nights ago when I was in this restaurant when they were supposed to hold like a new stand-up night kind of a thing, was bringing out the cooking staff and telling them like I just needed to do it. And I had practiced to do it perfect, and I did. I didn't get to, and matter of fact, I didn't get to finish all my material because they just kept laughing and stuff. I just kept waiting, and they kept getting like a random people coming in like periodically, and I would have to like stop saying my set. But yeah, one lady, she was just getting so distracted. She was like, "I got food burning. I need to go out. I can't be listening to this. You distracting me." Girl was awesome, and I did get some food there. It was the shit. It was some Cajun food. So good. So good. But look, what I'm getting at is, if anything, the best way to alleviate your obsession is be perfect at it and carry it out through your entire day, not just a part of it. Okay, so for me, I can carry it out through writing and doing the actual stand-up comedy, and then analyzing after I'm done. I got like a whole method where I come home and I don't listen to it that night. I listen to it the next day. That way I can just sort of like indirectly like absorb what I did right, what I didn't do right. And then the next day I have like a Microsoft Word document, and I go through, I listen through and I record it. I use this actual like little micro stand that I'm using now. And as I'm looking through on Microsoft Word, using this exact phone. Now I'm using a phone, by the way. It's really good quality. Note 4. Kind of old, but awesome camera. Holla. Anyway, so I'm listening to it as I'm reviewing the video, and I'm looking at the Microsoft Word, and I'm actually highlighting or deleting or moving around stuff so the jokes are more tight. Now, the first time you hear, perfect example, a set of stand-up jokes, it might sound like it's kind of clunky, and you got to remember, it's a moving art. So it's a very reactive art. If you have a beautiful voice and shitty lyrics to a song, you could still sell millions of records because you have a beautiful voice. Comedy is more reactive, whereas it has nothing to do with my voice. It has 100% to do with who I am and my originality and my stories, and I make everything out of into a performance. I'm very vocal. I do a lot of different accents. I lived around the world, did all sorts of crazy stuff. So, be yourself. But what I'm saying is, as far as like how to alleviate your obsession, is you can't. That's the truth. You cannot if you're obsessed about something. I don't mean drugs. I don't mean addicted. I mean obsessed. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like my wife, perfect example, when she gets something she's really interested, she's obsessed temporarily until she knows pretty much everything about that subject. And then something else. Those are all like temporary, like, coming and going kind of things periodically. But if there's something at your core, whether it's martial arts or art or drawing or comedy, for me, don't get me wrong, I have other things that I'm creative about and that I really care about and I'm passionate about, like writing and writing as in like creative writing, creative like writing, like books, and I wrote a film script and stuff like that. But the thing that pushes and pumps it all is comedy. That's me at my core. That's why I didn't have to wait for some guy to be there with a microphone and an amplifier and have the light set up and all that stuff, because that's just me. That's just me, period. The only difference between me doing stand-up and me talking to you right now is that when I do stand-up, I have a microphone in my hand. And that's it. I'm the exact guy on and off stage. That's who I am 100%. There is no stopping me. There is no stopping who I am. There is no stopping how I am. That's me, okay? So my greatest gift that I can give the world is my passion inside me, that humor and that obsession. I owe it to myself. I owe it to everyone else, because anything less is me not living. It's me not breathing. That's what it feels like. Not doing something that you're not meant to do, it feels like you can't breathe. And that's how I feel all the time. That's why I always think in reverse. That's why I'm always thinking about how much less time I have in a day, not how much more time I have. That's why I don't procrastinate, because I set my alarm in the weekends. I've said this so many times, because just by setting your alarm like 20 minutes earlier or 2 hours earlier or 1 hour or whatever, you could get so much done before your actual day job starts. And then you could apply that towards everything else, everything you care about, all these passions and everything. You feel me? And even on the weekends, I start my morning thinking of how much time I don't have, and I start working. I really do like think in reverse. So this is really important to me, always like document and get these things out because they're important. So if this video helped you out at all, I'm glad. If you like this video, please subscribe to the little subscribe button on YouTube right here on this corner. It took me a while making these videos. I kept pointing to the wrong fucking corner and stuff like that. But I have 2 going on 3 YouTube channel playlists. One of them is just stand-up comedy. The other one is a vlog. It's a video log documenting my rise to comedy acting, and I care a lot about that too. I didn't even get into it, but I'm always studying monologues for the opportune moment of stars aligning in a talent director, somebody like that, ever saying like, hey, we think you'd be good in this. Do you know any monologues? I'm going to have like 10 prepared, going from like smaller to like longer. And when I mean longer, I mean like probably like a 10, not a 10-minute, but maybe like a 6-minute monologue. And that's a lot. At that point, you're pretty much giving a memorized speech, but it has to be something that's really like epic. And those are very personal to me because that's also, it's not just a great exercise in memorizing material, but it really sets up the opportunity to do more with my creativities. Creativities, that's a word that I made up for creative activities. And right now I'm in the creative studio of my home. So anyway, what I'm getting at is I have the YouTube channel for 3 things. One is the stand-up comedy 2, and that's once it's perfected. You know, I have actually a 4th list, but it's on private mode, and I'm only saying that because that's just part of what I do, where it's like the stand-up that I'm still working on before it's released, to pretty much just for me to work on, you know? It's like still in the beta phases. And I go between my laptop and myself and my notes and stuff like that. So once it's released, it should be pretty solid. But anyway, so that's one. The second playlist is the vlog, the video log documenting my comedy acting, my rise to comedy acting and writing. And then the third one is actually brand new. I'm actually starting like a Twitch. I'm not really sure if you know what that is, but it's basically like when you get online and you use like the whole multi thing, you know, and you're killing everybody and talking shit with this. Yeah, I recently started doing that. I think it's a great way to get more people to my channel. And once a week, I am going to be doing like a little Q&A, like a little question ask. So if you have any question, any concern, any advice or anything like that, my email is Benja, B-E-N-J-A, Welldone, W-E-L-L-D-O-N-E, @gmail.com. It's exclusively for the YouTube channel. And what I'm going to be doing is you email me any question, and I will give you the absolute shittiest, most fucked up advice possible, directly followed by actually my opinion of the best possible advice that I could give. One is to give it some comical sense of humor to your situation, if that's even possible. And then after that, to give you some legit advice. So I'm really excited to be more interactive with my YouTube channel and everything. I'm about to actually get online and start to do that online multi-chat, you know, thing that I just showed you a couple seconds ago. But I really hope you liked this video, and I hope that gave you a better insight, not just to who I am, because I really want people to understand who I am when you watch me on stage and stuff. And I keep licking my lips, they're kind of chapped. But I really do think that this not just could help other comics, but anybody that has an obsession about anything. Remember, that is your sharpest sword. That obsession is it's your biggest ally. Okay? And nobody has to understand that thing that you care about. If it's math equations or science or comedy or shooting a basketball or being a soldier, that's you. And that's a gift. That drive is a gift. So you need to take that ball and run with it. Metaphorically, of course. You know, if it's not a ball sport. But yeah, I hope you liked this video. I hope you got something for it. I'm so motivated. I'm so pumped up for today. And I started my morning at 6 o'clock in the morning. I know it's Saturday, but that's just what I do. And I have about 14 hours until about 10 o'clock at night. or 14. What am I saying? 12, 6, whatever. I got about 14 hours because I think it's around like 8 a.m. right now. So I have about 14 hours left until I run out of light, until I run out of the day. And I'm going to try to get as much as done possible because it is so important to me. And every single day is so precious. And don't ever take it for granted. This isn't necessarily supposed to be motivational, but it could be. And if it is, that's good for you. But this is me being me, and I hope you do you and take care of yourself and you crush. You crush everything and you destroy all of your obstacles and you just charge through those bitches. Have a beautiful day. I hope you like this video. I'm Benja Welldone. Thank you. I'm out. Peace.